I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce our filmmaker. As you've already heard, he is an alumnus of Delaware State University, class of 2004. He was also a student-athlete member of the Hornet men's basketball team. In the sports arena, he's still active. He plays for the Destroyers in the ACPB Semi-Pro League. But he's also gone on to his career. He majored in information systems, and he got a degree in that at Delaware State University. And immediately after his graduation, he landed a job as an IT consultant with R&S Design in Delaware County, Pennsylvania. Soon thereafter, he established his own firm, Calcom Technologies. Calcom Technologies is now in its 8th year, and it offers traditional IT services as well as graphics design and web design, marketing, branding, as well as disaster recovery. Mr. Nathaniel has also become a partner in Diamond Eye Sports, a sports media firm. And it is through that firm that this film, which you're going to be watching tonight, has been produced. Delaware State University takes great pleasure in welcoming one of its academics and athletic sons, Mr. Isaiah Nathaniel.
Thank you all for having me back. This is my first time back in a while. Can everybody hear me?
Yeah.
I grew up in Philadelphia. I'm the product of 6 children. I'm the oldest. I'm the first. And I'm saying that for a particular reason. The documentary which you're about to watch is the first of its kind. All of the people that spoke before me talked about Rucker, talked about Dykeman, West 4th Street. This is the first in Philadelphia history. We were pleased to premiere this film last Thursday evening at the African American Museum by request because of its historic value. One of the mottos in us doing this film was, let's be legendary, let's be historic. And I think we achieved that. And I achieved that because of my education here at Delaware State. In Philadelphia, I attended Central High School, one of the best high schools in the country, best high school in Philadelphia. Then I came here on a full athletic scholarship, played for Coach Jack under his first year here. Being a student athlete is very, very difficult. You have to manage time, you have to manage classes, you have to manage practice, and then excel. This is Division I basketball, Division I football. So to compete at these levels, you have to be disciplined. As Dr. Holmes says, or Carlos Holmes said, I have my own IT firm, Calcom Technologies. I'm also a partner at Diamond Eye Sports, which the film is umbrellaed under. So in order to do a film that took us 2 years to do, I had to do what? Be consistent with time management. And that goes back to my education here at Delaware State. We had to travel 2 weeks on the road. Did the classroom stop? Not at all. I pushed and pushed and pushed and did what? I even finished in 4 years here at Delaware State University. I didn't take 5, didn't take 6, I did it in 4. I stayed here, I went to summer classes here, just so that I can be what? The first. It's in my innate ability to be first because of my father. The first time I walked on campus, it was my dad and myself coming here to talk to Coach Jack to sign over the scholarship papers. And again, I returned and my dad is in the back here. So that family institution, that motto, it helped me get through my years here at Delaware State. So I commend you all for being here. I thank you for being here. I know it's mandatory, but it's a pleasure to see you guys here. You guys are the second stop on our tour here. And what you're watching is a historic moment in history. Not just Philadelphia history, but national history. So I want you to enjoy it. But before we get to the movie, I just want to leave you with a few words. The collection of people hold tremendous power. The community of people make a change. The effort of the collective influences life, it influences culture, it influences progress, and the value of it cannot be underestimated, misrepresented, or undervalued. The value of community doesn't depreciate, it only increases as the years increase. The tradition of community lives in us innately, by default, but we have failed to activate it in recent memory. A favorite speaker of mine is Eric Thomas, the preaching preacher. He says, "The slaves said we will live because one day we will become. We won't always be slaves. So even though today we are slaves, we're going to act like we're free. Because one day our children will be free." If they would have given up in that struggle, will we be here today? Would DSU be number 8 in top HBCUs? When I was here, we weren't. We were called a party school. But if my slaves, or if our slaves have given up, will we be here? Will we be number 8? That's something to be proud of. That's something to be respected. They survived 400 years of slavery, and we can't survive 4 or 5 years of a down economy. Together, they achieved more with much less. They built their homes, they owned their homes, and more importantly, they respected themselves. They respected and owned their dignity. So what do? What's our call to action? Let's reactivate our communities. Let's remember our history. Remember our heritages. Will it be easy? No. But one step at a time, one act at a time. $1 at a time. That extra push when you're on the court. When the door seems like it's closing. Not for the individual, but for the whole, for the team, for the community, for the collective. I coined a quote, especially for this. And that quote reads, "Together we successfully achieve. Apart we selfishly proceed." I'll say that one more time. Together we successfully achieve. Apart we selfishly proceed. I thank you for having me back, and I hope you guys enjoy the film.